I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. And normally I like to make videos in the great outdoors. But today, it's a stormy, rainy day outside. So I figured I'd make this video by candlelight. And I know someone's going to wonder, someone's going to ask, Jason, why are you wearing those stupid sunglasses inside again? And I say to that, my friend, sometimes in the dark, it's easier to see. But that's not what this video is going to be about. This video is going to be about staying centered and the power of knowing when you're centered and engaging in the world when you're centered, engaging in the matrix when you are centered. And the nature of the matrix is to pull you off center, is to get you distracted, to pull you into thought loops in your head that pull you out of your body, that disconnect your head from your heart, from your body. The matrix is all about pulling you into other people's stories, other people's dreams and agendas, pulling you off-centered, getting you to react to what they're throwing at you. But if you are centered, if you know what it feels like to find your center, then when you stay strong in that center, you can feel the winds blowing on you like they're blowing on these trees outside, but yet you have rooting, you have a foundation. You know who you are. You know what you value. And when you have this knowing of thyself, then it's much harder to get blown off path. It's much harder to get sucked in to someone else's narrative and story. And at times, there are times even when you know yourself, when you know what it feels like to be centered, you can still get worn down. This is the nature of the matrix. When you have a full heart, you go out into a world that is a land of confusion, a land that is ruled by a lord of illusion, a demiurge, a demon. Then just by the nature of this reality, you're going to get pulled off your center. So when you feel that happening, there are tools that can bring you back. One of the tools is the big tool I talk about with Jonathan Johnson in our first conversation we had, which is breathing, going back to our breath, knowing how to breathe. And we talk about specific breathing in that conversation. We talk about circular breath, and I talk about box breath, but simply knowing how to breathe, knowing if your breath is shallow, weak, or if you're able to fully breathe and fill up space in your body with the life force that is breath, the life force that without it, you're not going to be here. So breathing, when you feel the winds of change blowing you off center, is a tool to bring you back. These candles behind me, meditating, staring at a candle, I find that's a wonderful way to get centered. Let the world go dark, light a candle, and just simply sit there in the darkness and stare at that candle and breathe. And just notice all the distractions in your mind, all the thoughts that are not worth occupying space in your being. Just allow them to burn away, burn into that flame. But it all comes back once again to knowing thyself, knowing thy values, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you believe in, knowing what feeds your soul, knowing who feeds your soul, and centering your being around that. So with that being said, as the storms of chaos come, and the lightning crashes, and these storms will come. Believe me. Stay centered. Know thyself and stay centered. I'll see you on the other side.